talking about the 25%, what I thought was that 25% meant 25% at a time. That's why we are encouraged to have multiple services. Like some people who have bigger mega churches can have 3 services and things like that. We are having multiple services now because of that mandate, and I think I think it's a welcoming. First of all, I think if you even check on my social media page, I actually commend the president. I was one of those who was very critical. I think I even went into your studio. We talk about how the fact that the decision to lock down even the church came on a day that the church was worshiping on that Sunday. So I was one of those that was felt bad. I felt that the church wasn't respected, and but I'm not one of those that have been advocating to open it immediately.
Okay.
I've always thought it should be done at the right time. I think now is the right time. I think it's God. So the fact that they can come now and say, okay, the church should open with 25%, I think it is a worth commending. I think Liberia is one of those countries, first one of those few countries in Africa or even in the world that have lifted the ban on worship. So I think it's a good thing. I know. I mean, for us, we appreciate it, and we are taking advantage of it. As a matter of fact, on Sunday we had multiple services.
Okay.
We had 2 services, so it's a welcoming decision. Unless that we are doing it with caution, all of the protocols and whatever. But I mean, on the overall, is a welcoming decision.
What impact is this going to have in the fight against coronavirus? The opening of churches.
Well, basically, I don't know, but I think many people are very skeptical about the opening, of the church. People feel there will be a spike in the cases.
Some other bigger churches that we don't want to name
Yeah.
have stated that they will not reopen.
Well, the thing is that they are responsible for their congregations. They have the right to their views, and so I don't condemn them for that. They should not condemn me either for reopening, because I feel that the opening of the church also plays an important, the spiritual. As a matter of fact, I will come to that. We'll talk about the revelation God gave me on April 14, which a song has come out. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But my God, our God is a very big God. In fact, He's a massive, big God. Corona dies in the presence of God. Corona dies in the presence of God, and it doesn't survive in the presence. And I believe that the people of God meeting and praying is also important. Corporate prayer. I know we've been doing individual prayer, but corporate prayer is powerful. It is very powerful. So I'm not saying people stay in their houses praying out, but the thing about it is that corporate prayer is very important. So I believe that there's going to be an impact.
Okay.
There's going to be an impact. Spiritually, there's going to be an impact. I think the government is a big step of faith.
Okay.
It's a bold step that the government has taken. When other government have not done that, they have done that. I think God will God honors that. You know what I mean? So I think God honors that, and the prayer that will be going on, that corporate prayer. I think there will be an impact. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah. An impact that will be, generally
acceptable. And the others, the other side of the coin is that people should not abuse this opportunity. I'm speaking to pastors.
Okay.
Because if you abuse the opportunity of worship and just start putting people together without social distancing, without using masks, without temperature checking, when people are sick, we can pray for them at the gate. Just talk to them, encourage them, just pray for them and let them go and rest. These things must be observed, or else if people abuse it, if people start to abuse the opportunity that we have right now, then there could be a spark. I don't want us to go there. Faith without work is dead. All right.
Okay.
Faith without work is dead. I mean, and the thing about it is that we have to balance. There got to be a balance. God gave us faith, and the Bible speaks about faith and work. Even though you have faith that you will not catch corona, even though you have faith that you should not die. Yeah, I have the faith that I should not die a premature death. But if I get right now on the road and go stay on the road, and there's a car coming. You know what? Car, you know what you mean? At the end of the day, that car will kill me. I mean, even though I have the faith, but if I just walk in wisdom and those things that I cannot see, those things I don't have the ability to track, and God sees and God will protect me. So what I'm saying is that yes, faith works. When people have the faith, they believe that things, I mean, what they believe works for them. But at the same time, this is a pandemic. This is a serious situation. People, even scripturally, in the scripture, it talks about the Bible talks about quarantine, lepers being quarantined for some, once they are diagnosed of 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 leprosy, they should be quarantined. They should be outside of the camp. They should not be allowed to mingle so that they don't. Even God heals, He delivers, but at the same time, God is not just everywhere healing everybody at the same time.
Okay.
So people just need to apply some wisdom. Why I believe in faith. I believe I'm super heavy in faith. I believe in faith. I've seen God work big time, but I also believe that God gave us wisdom, and that wisdom should be applied in every situation, and that in this case as well. So that's it. We have tried to do our best. Matter of fact, we run a small NGO called LEAP, Leadership and Education for Africa Project, and our NGO has done a little bit, and continue to do in our own small ways on behalf of the ministry, because LEAP is a ministry, is the relief arm of the church, of the Solution Live Stream Chapel Solution Outreach Ministry. So we've been doing our best. First of all, we started with our members. Before we even started getting help from out, we got some of the members in the church who can afford. I just called them and said, you know what, right now things are hard. We are going to a lockdown. There are some people who are going to go out of job. Things are going to be tough. Why don't we put some cash together and start helping out, with food, especially basically rice. Mm-hmm. So we did that. I mean, all our churches across the country, I mean, in Monrovia, across Monrovia, here, Mount Barclay, Dupuro, what we did was that we bought enough rice, and it was intended for those who are in need. But guess what? We reached out to them, and that bag of rice, we cut it into half. Each member have half of it, and we even gave them little cash just so that you can get soup money. You know what I mean? So we've been doing that, and beyond that, we also run a network of churches called ARM, Affiliation of Related Ministries. I'm the founder and president of. Okay. So we've been reaching out to people, to our member churches, pastors who are connected to our network, okay. ARM, and those pastors have also benefited. And a few other networks. I mean, another network called Empower to Restore. That also serve as representative in Liberia. And we've been reaching out. Thanks to some partners. Some friends like ABC Foundation gave us some rights to give out with some cash to give out to the churches, the pastors, okay. And Empower to Restore Ministries also have so we've been involved with little here and there, and we still continue to do that. In fact, to conclude on that, we are gearing up for something big this week. Right. To do more, and this time LEAP. My program director is here. In fact, we've been planning and strategizing, and God is opening some doors. And so we are planning this week to do one of our final do our final help, okay. in this COVID-19 fight, and that is we might have like 100 bags of rice, okay. Where we can help with schools. There are schools in the community where they have not received, teachers have not received paid for some months now, and they are struggling. Teachers are vulnerable in these kinds of situations. I mean, already teachers are underpaid in our country. So what we hope to do is to reach out to few schools in this district, okay. In this area that we are connected where the needs are, the teachers. We are going to reach out to them. We're going to start working out that hopefully this before the week ends, okay. And something like that. Then of course, orphans. We're going to reach out to orphanages. Okay. Few orphanages. And we also cater to Ebola orphans, so we also going to reach out to them as well, right. With food and what have you, and supplies. So basically, I think we've had our hands on some things here, And I want to say to everyone, I want to thank the government, I want to thank the president for being far-sighted. I know he's been questioned right now. His decision to make to open up the church, I don't think is a wrong decision. The responsibility on us now as pastors and church leaders is to ensure that we don't abuse the opportunity. we use wisdom. We apply every caution. All of the protocols need to be observed. I'm speaking to my pastor friends. Let's do whatever we can. And I believe that as we meet corporately in worship, there is power in corporate worship. There is power in corporate prayer. And when we do that, God in heaven going to hear us. But at the same time, let's use wisdom. Let's use wisdom. Let us not abuse this opportunity. We are one of the few countries in Africa that have an opportunity to have worship service at this time. So let us do whatever we can to ensure that this opportunity is utilized well, and it will make a significant impact on the nation and the world at large.
Let's talk about a revelation you received.
To begin with, I am one person that dream, and normally my congregation, people that know me, people around me, just acting will let you know, almost 90% of my dreams, when God reveals something to me, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. I mean, and there are things that God chooses. I'm not the prophet that will just get up randomly and start prophesying to everybody.
No.
But I'm that person that God reveals to me in a dream. He shows me in advance things that are supposed to happen, and those things normally once the dream comes, that's why I'm very careful with my dream. So if anyone had asked me a couple of months ago, that I was going to be singing a song, I was going to be on the radio, people were going to, this song was going to be on the radio, and you're going to be called around, having interviews and all of that regarding a song, I would tell you that got to be my dream. Why it is true that I love music. My whole family is musical. My wife is music. In fact, I got my wife from the praise and worship. I never had the slightest thought we would be here. But again, that's the will of God. When God says something, it comes to pass. So on April 14, I had a dream, and what God was showing me in that dream was this situation where He has shown Himself big. He has shown Himself big in the Word. When the nations of the world have crumbled, whenever nation, the superpowers of the world, the most sophisticated nations, the scientists and the doctors and all of the sophisticated people, they are all crawling and and trying to struggling to find a solution to COVID-19. And what God showed me is that He put bricks to the word. Put bricks. I mean, people were too much believing in. I travel a lot. I travel in Europe, travel in America, Australia. I travel around big nations. I see how people have built. Many people, the world is turning into especially in the Western world. Okay. People are becoming atheists. Young people, they're free thinking. People believe in the medicine, believe in their sophistication, believe in their money. They don't care about God. You go to Europe. I mean, there are no mega churches like Africa. I mean, America is doing well, other nations, but like Europe is dry with faith. And I think God wanted to show Himself big. He's not the author of this sickness. Okay. God is not the author of evil, but He allowed it for a reason. Okay. And that reason is to show Himself big. And that's the revelation I got about God showing Himself big. And in the end, He will take the glory. He's healing the land. He's restoring the lands of the nations of the world. He Himself going to do that. It's not about vaccine. Is not about whatever comes now is. But the truth is that, take for example Africa. If God was not with us, when the pundits and the scientists, the doctors and the people who are supposed to be the WHO, the Bill Gates of this world, and these people say millions were going to be dying in Africa. In fact, we were going to be overwhelmed. People were going to be on the streets. We were going to be overwhelmed. But here we are, you and I. When Ebola came in this country, you saw what happened. I mean, in split. But this is what God has done. I think Africa needs to celebrate God, based on the fact that the hand of God has been over the nation, the continent of Africa. So basically, I mean, God is in charge. Yeah. So that was if you ask about the dream, about the vision, about the song, that's how it all came about. I'm just a messenger. I'm not. I always like to make a disclaimer. I am not an artist. I'm a prophet. Okay. Thanks to my friend Even Nakamara. When I had a dream and I share with Even is the best, one of the good. I mean, that's my artist. She's gifted. Okay. When I share the song with her, the revelation, the prophetic song, she said this thing needs to go into the studio. Okay. I wasn't really thinking about it. To be honest with you, she said this song is powerful. You need to go into the studio, and so we shared and we went to the studio. So the song has come up, and it is making headways. Even on I don't know if but the local radio stations are playing all over. Even in the counties. I went to Bombay County the other day, and I was able to play on the guys in bombing. I mean, all the journalists are fighting. They want to put it
So
into their
as
program.
as
And my friends, let me just come. My
Mhm.
friends abroad. I
Okay.
mean, they are overwhelmed.
All right.
They are overwhelmed. They are some of the churches in America. There is a church, Bishop Steve, is now going to incorporate this song as a worship song in his church. So you never know what will happen. I mean, we haven't even gone 2 weeks. We have not even gone two
So
weeks.
are you the newest artist
The,
on
like the newest artist,
the?
the newest artist on the block. What are you talking?
So do you plan? Do you plan to do a video for this song?
Oh yeah, we do plan. The video is going to be massive. The video is going to be fantastic. I mean,
Okay.
when you talk about, my God is a big, big God. Every nation bow, all the nations bow before Him. U.S. superpowers bow before Him. And scientists and doctors. I mean, this needs to be video.
Okay.
It needs to be visual. People can see it. Not just the audio.
The audio.
But the video is, I mean, even is working. She's putting that together. She did the engine. She worked with the engineer to get the song out.
Okay.
And for the audio, and she's also now working on modalities for the video of the song. So basically, yes, we are preparing for a video, and it's going to be big, just like the audio.